Today's going to be better, I think to myself. My long history of asthma has made it harder for me to breathe growing up, and lately I've been having horrible attacks. Inhalers don't seem to be helping as much, but nevertheless, I can breathe much better today than I have been able to do in what feels like forever. I groggily stand up after a long night's rest and open my curtains to look out the window. I feel my eyes burn as the sun beats down on my freshly opened eyes and make my way downstairs to greet my mother. As I get to the top of the stairs, I notice my mother, Leah, sitting alone at the kitchen table crying. She's been going through some stuff. Her father, James, passed away a little before I was born. I never got to meet him, but certain memories with him have been resurfaced in her mind due to finding an old note from him in our attic. I haven't read the note. She won't let me. I think it's a little too hard for her to think about him, even though that's all she's done. I try to help her out and be there for her, I really do. I understand how hard it must be for a single mother to deal with these things on her own. I try to make her feel less alone, but it seems to just keep causing more problems and more fights. The worst one ever was last night. We fought. I couldn't take it anymore, so I rushed into my room and slammed my door out of frustration. I was having trouble breathing and felt myself having another attack, but I was too stubborn to ask her for help, so I just tried to ignore it and went to sleep. Remembering that as I walk downstairs, I walk over to her and apologize. Asking how she's feeling, I realize she's refusing to even look at me. "Mom!" I call out, but she just gets up and walks away, noticeably still mad about last night. "All right, fine. I'm done trying to help you," I yell out, stomping out of the house and out of my driveway so fast I didn't even realize the man in front of me as I run right into him. Great, I think to myself, expecting him to lash out, but I keep my composure and apologize to him. To my surprise, he laughs, looks down at me with kind, gentle eyes, scratches my head and tells me, "It's no worries. Are you okay? Where are you going in such a hurry?" the man says with a beaming smile that must have been contagious, because I unconsciously started to smile back at him. Just been having problems with my mom. I had to go out and get some fresh air to cool down, I say while looking down, kicking rocks around to try and break the awkwardness. He laughs, again. "Oh, I understand, hun. Me and my daughter used to be down each other's throats all the time." I look back up at him, gaining enough courage to ask him if they're doing okay nowadays. "Yes, we're all good now," he says while slowly nodding his head. "You know, you really remind me of her. She has the most beautiful eyes and a smile that could light up a whole room." I blush and thank him, noticing a small tear rolling down his cheek, but his smile makes it hard to understand if it's a happy tear or a sad tear. He wipes it off, chuckles, and invites me to go get some breakfast with him. As we're sitting at the restaurant, I find myself really getting along with him, talking about everything under the sun, laughing, crying, and just letting it all out. "I'm glad you ran into me, Olivia. It's been a while since I've spent time with anyone. I mostly spend my days alone, repeating the same routine every day. You're a really kind young lady." I smile. "That's very sweet of you. You know my name?" He stops for a moment. "Actually, I do, Olivia. I know your mother's name as well. I live a few houses down from you, and sometimes your mail ends up in my mailbox." "Oh, well. Hey, you know my name. It's only fair if I know yours." He looks down with a seemingly worried face. "I don't usually tell people I meet my name, especially new people I meet. It's kind of a rule I follow now that I'm over 78. It's easier to get attached and more heartbroken when that person's time on Earth is over," he says, looking at me, cocking a smile once again. "I guess I get that. So what can I call you?" "Call me Jimbo. My daughter called me that. I liked that very much. You got it, Jimbo." We stayed and talked nearly all day. It's almost 7 p.m. as we're driving back down my street. I see my mom wearing a long black dress, still crying as she makes her way into the house. I roll down the window. "Mom!" I yell out. He parks the car. "She can't hear you, honey." "Yes, she can. She's just ignoring me." "It won't help to yell," he says while rolling the windows back up. "I don't understand. Why is everyone acting so weird?" I exclaim. I run out of the car and into my house. "Mom, you can't still be mad at me. I need to talk to you. Look at me. I stop, my heart beating faster than it ever has, shaking in fear as I read the front of a small booklet she placed on the table. "In loving memory, Olivia Williams, May 20th, 2001 to September 6th, 2020. A loving daughter and friend." "No, stop it! What's going on?" I feel a hand placed on my shoulder. I turn around as Jimbo looks down at me. "Olivia, honey, You passed away in your sleep last night after an awful asthma attack. Sweetie, No! I shudder breathlessly. I can't move. It feels like I can't speak. I watched my mom walk across the room and collapse to her knees, screaming my name. I couldn't bear to hear the pain in her voice. I noticed her father's note slip out of her pocket. I hesitantly walk over to it and pick it up. Dear Leah, I'm not long for this world, and I cannot handle the pain of what I'm going through. The treatments aren't working, and I know I'm eventually going to die, a horrible, slow death. I will not go out that way. I'm ending the suffering right now, in a much better way. I love you very, very much. You are, and always will be, my world. You're having little Olivia soon. I'll be there to watch over her, always. And when the time comes, I'll be there for both of you. To carry out you both away to a place of no pain and no suffering. We will all meet again one day. Please don't be sad. I'm not gone. You just can't see me anymore. Love, Daddy, and as you love to call me, Jimbo.